on-time percentage went up about 3.5% as the industry goes. And as far as mishandled bags go, every airline of the 17 that we looked at both in '08 and '09 got better. If the flyers return and they add airplanes back into the system, performance will go down. We've seen that over the years. We've been looking at it for 20 years, and every time that when the pressure is on the system, both in volume and number of aircraft, performance gets worse. The only thing that could change that this time is their airlines, individually and collectively, their willingness to keep the seat capacity down, i.e. not as many airplanes, so that they can work with that supply and demand equation and force the price up. Generally speaking, in our ratings over the years, we've found that low fare carriers tend to be at the top of the heap. The legacy carriers are kind of in the middle, and what I call the fulfillment carriers, or the spoke carriers that gather things to hubs, tend to be the ones that are on the lower end of the spectrum. Part of the reason the baggage issue is worse for those, if you look at that, I know for a fact, it's happened to me, that they've taken my bag on a plane and left me on the ground because it was better weight and balance issues. And sometimes they'll take people and leave their bags somewhere. So if you get people and bags misapplied and separated, then that's part of that rate. Over the last several years, the expectations of the flying public have been lowered. So now when those lower expectations are somewhat violated, they say, well, I figured that. So what's the use of complaining? Nobody's going to change anything. So I think with the lowering and the callous nature, if you would, that a flyer has to have these days to survive, I think some of the complaints just go by the wayside.